and welcome to my YouTube channel. Thanks so much for watching. Today I'm going to do a simple look with makeup from Limelife by Alcone. I'm using a Blunderful blending bed to add a foundation, cream-based foundation or wax-based foundation. Just pressing it in all along my face and jawline, then onto my forehead. This Blunderful blending bed is damp, so I ran it under the water for a few minutes and then squeezed all the excess water out, and then I wrapped it in a towel and squeezed the excess water out even more. So it's just barely damp. Then I'm using a small blender bed to apply a little concealer on my eyelids. This is going to be the base for my eyeshadow. Also adding just a small amount of concealer underneath to brighten up, and then in a few minutes I'll add some HD powder, which will help to give a finished look. Contouring with a little bit of brown bronzer. Anybody else have trouble getting tongue-tied? A little bit of bronzer underneath my chin and blending down the neck. And then up by my forehead into my hairline, make my forehead appear smaller. And a little bit of blush. You want to blend up. Also make sure that it blends with the contour color so that we don't have too harsh lines. Next is the HD powder. Just apply a very light layer of that. It's going to give a very finished look. And then I'm going back with the blender bed. The concealer is wax based, so it warms up on my lid, and so I just want to make sure that I don't have any settling in the creases. So I smooth it out one more time and then use that translucent powder to brush over it to set it. Then we move on to the eyeshadow. I'm going to put a little bit of the blue that's in one of the Ali Raceman palettes. Blending it back and forth. I have hooded eyes, so I make sure that the blue goes up a little bit towards the arch of my eyebrow and that you can see it when my eyes are open. I'm not a huge eyeshadow fan, so I want to make sure that I'm putting it on lightly and then I can add more. So I actually put quite a bit of this light pink on and did not tap off my brush, so you see little particles flying around. That is because I used a little too much. Now for my brow gel, I just go in the direction of my eyebrows and then against them and shape them up in the way that I like them. You always want to make sure that you clean up your eyebrows as well, so if you need to do some plucking, you go ahead and do that before you start with your makeup. Warming up my mascara so it'll go on a little better. And now I'm going to take a really light color, and also not only is it light, but it is not a shimmer, it's a matte finish. Since I am older with more mature skin, I want to make sure that I don't put anything sparkly on my eyes that could accentuate the fine lines and wrinkles. Then I go over it with a translucent powder one more time to set it. I have very oily eyelids as well, so this helps it to stay in place. Then I put a little bit of setting spray, let it dry for a second, and then I'm going in with the mascara that's now warmed up. What a difference some mascara makes. Now if I was being fancy and getting all dressed up to go out one evening, then I would probably put on at least one more coat, which would help to give more thickening lash look as well as lengthening the lashes. And then Wedding Cake Enduring Lip Color is going on now. One of my favorites. That dries with a matte finish, and I like a little bit of a glossy look, so I go in with my very favorite Humble lip gloss. And this is the final look.